Hello, I'm Sue Scott Horne. I'm the Director of EGAR, Educational Games and Resources. I'm 61 years old and I launched my business when I was 58. At EGAR, we actually design and publish education materials for schools, for youth services, for mentors, for counsellors, for parents, for prisons. There's lots, it's totally multifaceted, and I actually designed these games, and I say games in a very open way because they're very serious communication tools. They're actually a whole set of choice discussion cards. We cover crime prevention, personal development, citizenship and the environment. And these are not games with bells and whistles, dice and balls. These are purely communication cards, speech, language and let's get talking about an issue. I had a 25-year career in education, working in schools, in youth centres, in youth service and children's care homes. And then I was out shopping one day and I had an accident. I actually broke my ankle and I damaged my spine. And all of a sudden, after this accident, I found myself sitting on a sofa. Little did I know I was going to sit on that sofa for 3 years. And I had operations, different physio, lots of stuff going on. I had to be early retired. All of a sudden, I wasn't anyone. I had no identity. It was traumatic. In 2007, there was a whole storm of youth murders started, with knives, guns and gangs. And at the time, my youngest son was 17. I was holding my breath when my young son started to go out. I was on the phone to him, where are you, what are you doing? Because I was so worried. In that year, I think we lost 60 teenagers to knives, guns and gangs doing these violent crimes. I couldn't sit still and I thought, I've got to do something. All my work has been with teenagers. I can't just sit here on this sofa any longer. So I started to scribble. And out of that scribble, EGAR was born. I've never run a business. I've never started a business. I've never managed a business. And then one day I was reading the newspaper and out of it jumped an article about London Metropolitan University. There was a course at the Centre for Micro Enterprise. They were starting this course for women 50 plus to start a business, to redirect their lives. I actually started EGAR at home in my dining room, and by the time 3 years had passed, I had filled that dining room up. There was nowhere that the family could eat around a table anymore. So I started looking round for just a small office, and really it was the best thing that I did. We've got 4 retailers actually selling EGAR products now. I'm working with 2 universities. We're actually digitising the games now so that they can be used on the internet, on smart boards, in classrooms. I'm also working with United Kingdom Trade and Invest, UKTI, and we've had our first orders from Dubai and Malaysia. It's all going on. EGAR is on its way. Everybody thinks, and I've met so many people who have said this to me, that as you launch a business, they think the customers are going to come running to them. It took me nearly 6 weeks to get my first customer. And when I got my first customer, we were elated. And then you have to think very, very carefully about how you market your business, because the hardest part of starting and launching a business is breaking into the market. We're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, we send our leaflets out, we send brochures out, we're in adverts in school magazines. Any way I can do it, I try and market this business. The one thing I think you have to do with business is be patient. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a huge, huge thing, starting a business, but if you've got a good head for work, you're career driven, you're ambitious, you're an achiever, you're resilient, because you do get disappointments, and I'm sure there's lots of people out there got many, many years of passionate experience in a field where they can start a business at any age.